Live. It's true. Any second. We're
I think
live.
we're live.
We're
Yeah.
live. All right. Episode 9. You know what time it is?
It's time to get shit done.
It is time to get shit done. So,
Yeah.
I ran into an old friend from college in the co-op yesterday. Hadn't seen him in a while. He lives locally, but he's kind of a hermit, and I bumped into him, and we got to talk. And I love telling people about get shit done, like in a public setting. It's really funny. I'm just like, yeah, I launched this new thing. It's called Get Shit Done. We have a productivity cult for entrepreneurs, and we train entrepreneurs to get shit done. Like we train them to do all the stuff that they procrastinate on that would make the biggest difference in their lives and their business, and we do it. And people are like, wow, that's cool. So I'm very excited about it. I guess that's my positive focus is it's cool. It's, something's right. You know what? When you're learning how to make money on the internet, when you're starting businesses and you're trying to figure out how to sell stuff and you're trying to figure out what people are going to buy, when you're in that mode of what are people going to buy? How can I sell stuff? How can I get some money? You're kind of an opportunist. You're kind of a sleazeball. Okay. You're kind of a dirt bag because you're just like, you're just in it for the money, right? You're
Right.
just trying to, and it might be genuine desperation. You might be just trying to pay for some food, right? To like get your bills paid, whatever. That's legit. But when you're so it's like when you're coming up with new offers, or when you're promoting an affiliate product, or if you're going into network marketing opportunities and trying to like truly get behind someone else's product or service, but you don't really know, is it a dream? Is it a bunch of smoke, or is it like legit? You don't really know until you've experienced it yourself, right? And so and sometimes I've had this happen many times where I've learned good effective sales techniques, but then I ask my friends and family to look at my sales letter and look at my website and look at what I'm doing, and they're like, "Oh God, what is this? No one would. This is terrible. This is so hypey. It's over the top." Like their reaction is like negative to something that's like a well-crafted piece of sales material, because they're not the target market and they're not being approached in the right way. They're being approached by someone that's close to them, and they're not necessarily. They're not. So big takeaway. Don't ever believe the feedback that you get on your marketing from your friends and family. It's colored, highly biased, and they're telling you their opinion, but what they're not able to do is to show you how they would actually behave on the website if they found it, if you weren't right there with them. They're not able to actually share the way they behave with your marketing. They're only sharing with you their opinion in that context and in that frame, which is totally not a sales frame. But at the same time, if you have a business and a product or service that you genuinely believe in, and so I've been a hypnotist since the year 2000. Okay. I was an entrepreneur for several years before that. I started my first business when I was 19, and it was really hard. I had none of the skills, none of the habits, none of the knowledge, none of the experience, none of the mentor, nothing. Right. And like my first several businesses were just like bootstrap death traps. Like they a lot of work and very little payoff, and I couldn't maintain it, and I couldn't maintain the focus and the consistency and the energy, even though my first several businesses were all products and services that I was responsible for creating and fulfilling one way or the other, right? And like they're all things I believed in, but they didn't quite, the business didn't work because I didn't have the skills or the self-discipline around doing the things that were really necessary in order to make a business work long term, right? And so this idea of, I back to my positive focus, is I was telling my old college buddy about Get Shit Done publicly and enthusiastically, and he responded well to it, and it's also selling well. So it's like I feel like it's really in alignment. And when what you're selling and what your business is doing is really in alignment, things come a lot easier. But like often that's after a lot of like banging your head up against a lot of walls first, you know? So anyway, it's cool. There are a bunch of different sides to all of that, but I had a really great time doing a Get Shit Done commercial at the grocery store to one of my old college buddies last night.
Cool. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I think what comes up for me is it's the difference between like what can I get from people, or as opposed to like what do people actually need and want.
How
And
can I
like,
help you?
yeah, how can I help you coming
Yeah.
into the space with that, like
Yeah.
providing value instead of
In
just trying
any
to
way that I
extract
can.
value.
And
Yep.
that in most cases. So actually, you know what, Eric, this is so valuable for anyone doing any type of sales or marketing.
Yep.
Okay. At all, from network marketing to affiliate marketing, to internet marketing, to building email lists, to building communities, like e-com, doesn't matter. It's all the same. Is when you approach your clients and customers and prospects, let's start with prospects.
Mm-hmm.
They're the people on your list. They're the people in your community. They're potentially your followers on social. They're someone who hasn't bought anything from you yet. And most of those people are going to not buy what you're offering. Like, I think maybe not everyone's clear on that. The vast majority of people that come into contact with your product or service are probably not going to buy it unless you're in a very extraordinary situation, right?
Totally.
And so, if you're the only restaurant within 100 miles and you're a food truck and you're like fully stocked with every type of hot dog imaginable and like everybody's got some cash, winner, great, congratulations. But that opportunity doesn't always present itself, or it certainly doesn't always present itself consistently, right? So when you're communicating with people and you're coming from a position of how can I help you, 80%, 90%, 95% of the people that don't buy from you, but if you help them or you attempt to help them, they're either going to buy from you in the future, they're going to talk about how awesome you are, whether or not they've ever bought anything from you, and become a referral source over time. And it really does create a groundswell of positivity and goodwill when you just focus on how can I help you, and then do your best to help them. And if you're smart about the products and services that you're creating, hopefully you're creating great products or services to serve that need that people are consistently telling you that they need. And on that note, we're going to talk about what some of the things that I have been bumping into with my clients recently over and over again are procrastination, feeling of getting overwhelmed, right? Deer in the headlights, and resistance, right? Resistance to things. And so, and you had some similar types of topics that you wanted to talk about. I think you said momentum.
Yeah, consistency,
Consistency.
momentum, and inertia.
Right. So these are all forces at play when we're trying to get shit done, right?
Yep.
Or when we feel unable to get shit done. So what's your positive focus, Eric?
So my positive focus is I just downloaded the Google Calendar app.
Yes.
And not only did I schedule in my first 2 calls on it today, but I also discovered that once I linked Google Calendars to all my contacts and everything, it showed me that I had missed a discovery call with somebody that had booked through my automated system that I was not even promoting. I just had the link in the description of various
Dude,
places
drop
linked.
the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know where it came from, if it was from TikTok or from Facebook or
Yeah,
Instagram
some
even, but
stray link somewhere. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, now I need to follow up with this person and
Yeah. So
apologize for missing their call.
yeah, well, so this is how we get better, right? Is there
Exactly.
are loose ends. I know, I like there is a Oh, dude, I sent an email out like 9:30 last night, and it absolutely 100% was supposed to be linking to a hypnosis money mindset offer, and it absolutely was linking to an opt-in form for a teleseminar that I did in literally a teleseminar on the phone that I did in 2023. What the heck?
Oh
So
man.
and like human error on my part, right?
Yep.
So like which I didn't find out about until just before the show started this morning. So that
Yeah.
was like,
Oh man.
what the heck?
Yep.
So these things do happen, and we improve
Yeah.
our systems over time. But this is also cool, Eric, because you had another accidental like insight on where people are going. So find out if you can where they clicked, but like walk through your own profiles. Like look from, I mean, chances are good it came from your Facebook profile. Okay. And the
Probably.
reason is because you just started the Facebook group, you have all this activity, and people are like, oh, it's Eric. Let me click around and see what he's up to.
Well,
And
this
then,
is from last month.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then what I was going to say doesn't even matter.
Okay.
But the point is, like, what you could do is optimize your Facebook profile a little bit more to be directing people to book calls with you if that's what you want.
Right.
So just let it serve as a reminder to you. But I'm glad you
Exactly.
got it. I'm glad you got it hooked in. I'm glad you found the stray call. Yeah,
Totally. Yep.
great prospect. That's cool. That's cool. So and so this is Rick Burdo. Rick is a old school list building student from back in the day. And Rick, you're always a great supporter. It's really good to see you. Rick has built lists of veterans in the past, and so awesome. All right, Rick, rock and roll. Great to have you here. And Liz Fuller,
All
also
right.
a long standing entrepreneurial and marketing student. Good morning, Liz.
Good
Appreciate
morning.
the support. It's great to have you here. Awesome. Fantastic. So I want to begin with the title, which is The Real Reason You're Stuck in a Rut. And this came to me in kind of a different form this morning while I was doing yoga. And what I realized, I mean, I've said this a million different times, but I realized I saw it in a different way this morning, which is when you are setting a goal, and as entrepreneurs, often we set financial goals, and for many of us, those financial goals are meaningless, right? They might be status, or but for most of us, it's a BS number. Okay, and the reason I know that is because I've asked thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people their financial goals, both in survey form, intake form, verbally, and anyone who's not making $10,000 a month already from their business, their goal is to make $10,000 per month. Okay. And when you ask them why, they give you a bunch of vague BS, because $10,000 a month isn't actually going to change your life, but it's going to make you feel like you have security. Okay. It's going to make you feel like security that you don't actually have. So here's the kicker. It's not that $10,000 a month is wrong or bad. It's a clear number. It's about 100 grand a year, right? Who wouldn't want an extra 100 grand a year? Maybe it's not like a full forced mega business, but I can imagine getting up to $10,000 a month for myself as a one person show, one person army. Maybe I can imagine getting up to $10,000 a month without having to hire anybody. That sounds pretty sweet. So minimal expenses going out the door. It all sounds believable, right? And that's all true. Okay. If you want to have a hot dog cart, I think that $10,000 a month is a good aim. It's a good target, right? If you want to be selling your greeting cards online or prints of your art, sure, great. $10,000 is a month is a good target, because it's your personal target. It's what you're working toward. You have a small business, maybe it's starting as a side hustle and you're growing it. But there's a problem that people get into, in particular in the internet marketing world, in the MLM and coaching world, anything called coaching, which is when you are in a influencer type of a role or a guru mentor type of a role where you're building a team, right? Like in most network marketing companies, you're recruiting and building a team and teaching them the system, and you're motivating them. You're their coach. You're their leader. You are their knight for their village. Like you are the powerhouse. You are their savior. Okay, like seriously. And they look up to you, and they want to look up to you, and they're looking for someone to follow. They're looking for a leader, and they're looking for someone to set a good example, to give them a little hope, to give them a little belief that they can be more than they are right now. Okay. And the problem is that when your goal is smaller than their goal, why the fuck would they follow you anywhere?
Right.
Okay. So, and the issue is, if you have a small dinky goal that should be a milestone, you're not talking to people about your milestone. You're going to knock that out in the next 30, 60, 90 days. You're talking to people about your long-term supervision. You're talking to people about what you're really up to, what actually matters and why, what you're working toward this year, this decade. What the heck are you doing? And when you're talking about that, now people are interested because you actually have something to say that's engaging, that's meaningful, right? There's some purpose behind it. There's some mission behind it. And you can't just make this stuff up overnight. You're just not going to be like, oh, okay, I'll come up with my mission and I'll come up with my purpose and I will have absolute belief in it. Like, it doesn't happen quickly. You discover this over time. But when you are only thinking about yourself, and so this is an issue that I've seen so many people get. So this is why you're stuck in a rut. Okay. When you're only thinking about yourself and your own needs, it's completely and totally, utterly selfish, self-centered, single-focused, non-inclusive, non-caring about anybody else in this world. Not about your clients, not about your customers, not about your prospects, not about your joint venture partners, not about your strategic partners, not about your mentors. It's like not giving a crap about anything other than paying your bills. Right? Got bills to pay. I don't got time to care about you. Okay? Good luck. Good luck building like an army of lifetime loyal customers with that attitude. Right? And it doesn't usually look like that on the outside. It's normally smiles and shininess and happiness and how can I help you? And it's kind of BS, because at the end of the day, a lot of people are just focused on getting what they can get, right? Whether it's paying that bill or making that money or doing the thing, but and then how can they get the money and act like they care about their customers, right? And that's not the deal. Okay, that's why you're stuck. So I encourage you. Hypnosis is great for this, by the way. We have lots of good sessions on expanding your thinking, but I encourage you to expand your vision, to expand your belief of not only what you can accomplish, but what you can set into motion. Like, think about it more like what you could be responsible for setting into motion, rather than you have to, build the greatest thing ever that the earth has ever seen single-handedly. We're not saying build this single-handedly. I'm saying work towards something that matters for you, but that is significant enough to inspire people to want to see you succeed and be part of it. Right. And that usually isn't, it's usually not inspiring enough to just have a dollar amount that you want to make, because it's like everybody knows money doesn't actually matter. Okay. Like, at the end of the day, everybody knows if all you're trying to do is make money, like, it's pretty shallow. Okay. Even people that are really money driven and money oriented, like, if that's all you got, whatever, dude, I can't even trust you. you know,
Right.
like if all you want to do is make some cash, then and go to the Bahamas and like say screw you to everybody that helped you get there, like good luck, you know.
Right.
So I really encourage, if your goal is, you know, I just want to make $10,000 a month so I can quit my job and pay off my debt. That's you, and that's all you got. And that's not going to get you there. Okay. Because it could make, you could get you there if you work your butt off and you focus on make that $10,000 a month so you can get a stable business that's like a real business where you're not trying to pretend that you're making more money than you are. But if you fall into the fake guru business where you're trying to inspire people to do something that you don't even know how to do, you don't know how to be the leader, you don't have the experience. It's like, talk about imposter syndrome, like you're stuck in it because you created it. You know what I mean? Like if you're trying to be an imposter, like how do you expect people to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself at all, you know?
Right.
So that's why it's so important to go into a market or go into a niche where you know what you're talking about. You have experience. You've been down that road. Like you actually can help your prospects and you can help them with your products and services that you're selling. So think bigger is the answer. The reason that you're stuck in a rut and the reason that you're not able to break out into the next level is because you're limiting your thinking so small that it's not inspiring you or anybody else to take action that's outside of your comfort zone. How's that land with you, Eric?
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. That resonates a lot, and I feel like that's something that's kept me really stuck a lot in the past. And even still, just connecting with goals that are not that exciting. Just like if you're, like you said, it's like if your goal is to just pay your bills,
Right.
that's all you're gonna get.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And yeah, then I've had periods of time where, I was deeply focused on my mindset, doing hypnosis sessions daily to, work on my internal belief system, and my goals expanded exponentially. And I mean, massively. And it lit me up with so much excitement, and I felt so driven. And yeah, that's a space that I'm really wanting to get back into here moving forward, because I noticed that like I've kind of like my goals have decreased from how they were like several months ago. They've gotten smaller, and I don't really like that at all. I want to
Okay.
aim.
Great. Well, are you ready?
Yep, I am.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Let's do a goal intervention right now,
A
right?
goal
So
intervention. Yeah.
okay, so where are your goals right now? What do you got? So look, let's do this um well, like you're a client. So all right, so guys, check this out. We're going to do a goals intervention right now with Eric, and you're going to get a sneak peek of what it's like to work with me directly, right? So all right, so let's say that you and I, and I don't want you to modify anything. Just keep things are where they are, right? But let's say that you and I were having a conversation a year from today. Okay, um, what would have had to have happened for you to feel like you had reached your goals?
A year from today, we're having a conversation.
This conversation,
This conversation.
yeah, yeah. What would have what happened over the last year that so you felt like you hit your goals?
Oh, so first and foremost, I found I started connecting with my ideal clients for my art. That's something that's like I'm deeply passionate about, and like really my most highest purpose is what I can create with my art, and how, yeah, I really want to get that out to the world, and provide a lot of value for people through that. And yeah, that would bring me the biggest sense of fulfillment, is to serve people with my art, connect with clients, have high ticket paying clients with my art, be supporting myself in that way, building out also my network marketing business. Because the thing about the art is it requires my constant, like if I stopped painting, the money would stop coming in. Whereas with the network marketing, that's where you can create leverage and like residual income. So I feel like
Well, you
both.
can, well, so yes,
Yeah.
and it's probably easier to do that, but
Yeah.
remember that like art absolutely can create leverage and residual income if you set it up right. And
Sure.
so
Okay.
what I mean by that is, so just don't limit yourself, because
Okay. Yeah.
look, talk about leverage. How much does a average Van Gogh painting sell for? Okay, I don't even know, but
Exactly.
obviously millions and millions of dollars, right?
Right. Yeah. Sure.
So there's some leverage, right? It took time, but there's some leverage.
Right.
On the other hand, if you have 1,000 paintings that you've done, and they are all for sale as individual paintings, but they're all for sale at full-sized archival prints, and they're or printed on some sort of high-end canvas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like digitally printed, or obviously there are a lot of ways to print art at various price points, from very expensive to very inexpensive. And maybe you're selling these super high-end canvas prints of your art for $5,000, and the original is 25 grand or something at some point.
Right.
But maybe
Yep.
you're also selling them on mugs for $10.
True. Right.
Right? And so if you keep painting and you keep putting paintings out there and you keep getting better and you keep selling more and eventually getting into galleries if that's what you want to do and so on, but you also consistently reproduce and sell reproductions of your stuff at a wide variety of price points, you're creating a lifetime of leverage with every single new piece you create.
That's
So
true. Right.
if you and put it on every platform you can possibly sell it on, just, not, that's not the sexy part. That's the hard work everyday part. But like, dude, if you make a painting every day and you put it on a dozen different platforms that allow you to repurpose your art, like, you're going to start selling more art.
It's true. Yep.
Anyway, that doesn't mean don't do the network marketing stuff, but don't sell yourself short. Art is absolutely something that gains leverage over time if you properly repurpose it.
Sure. Yep. No, that makes sense. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's helpful.
It's interesting. There's this local woman who's an artist that sets up at the local Christmas bazaar, and I don't know that she sets up at the farmer's market, but I think I've seen her at a farmer's market before, and any kind of art market. Like, she's always set up, and she makes a wide variety of things, but most of what she does is two-dimensional art. And she paints a lot of, paints and draws a lot of animals and a lot of magical animals. And she's a really good artist, and she has like small stickers, and then these big, like, I bought a giant raccoon, a really big raccoon sticker, that like would go on like the top of a 3-ring binder or on the back of a laptop. That was just beautiful for my son for Christmas. And she also sells the t-shirts and the prints of her work, and she just has a little stand that she's selling out of, right? But most of what she sells are reproductions of her work, not even her original work. Leverage. It's right there.
It is right there. Yeah, then
Yeah.
that's true. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so but we were doing your goals. So a year from today, then this is your goals as they stand right now. Yeah.
Okay, so like specific like financial goals, or
Just what would have had to have happened
Yeah.
For you to feel, without modifying your goals at all yet, for you to feel like you would hit your goals as they are, right now. Basically, I'm just saying, what are your goals right now over the next year? Where are your goals as they stand?
Yeah, my goals as they stand now is to start selling my art. As you were just mentioning, creating leverage with that, I think is also a great element of that. Selling reproductions in various forms, building an email list with that, I think is great. And building out a solid team in my network marketing company or my network marketing opportunity that I'm working with is, yeah, that's something that I've really connected with right now, being away from my art studio. And yeah, that's really where my focus is
Okay,
currently
so
is.
let's get more clear, right? So
Yep.
again, you had started by saying that you felt your goals were smaller than they had been in the past, and that's okay.
Yep.
I'm trying to get at what they are, measurably speaking. So selling how much art? How much art would you have to have sold over the last year to be happy? To it felt like you hit your goals? Like one print for $10? Would that make you happy?
No, not so
No,
much.
that's what I'm
No.
asking. It's like,
Yeah, I
oh,
want to
what, like,
find somebody, at least, like if I found one person that was, like a really high level entrepreneur that really loved my art, that believed in the vision, that saw the value in it, that was wanted, to start collecting my art, and maybe had some friends that wanted to collect it also. And it starts networking out to where I now have a circle of people and my art is in demand, and I'm booked out. I'm producing as much art as I can physically produce. And
okay,
that gets me also to a point to where I can start scaling. It's like
okay,
I
hold
yep.
on. There are so many different ways. So you're trying to tell me the path that you're going to go there, but you're not telling me the goal.
Okay, yeah. So
So
the
I'm saying
goal,
let go of the path.
yep,
We don't know exactly what the path is going to be. You can
true.
influence it,
That's the
but
how.
you might have to change the path. Whatever
Yep.
your best laid plans, they might just not work.
Yep.
Okay. And obviously you don't want to do a path that's outside of your moral ethical boundaries, right? But
Exactly.
what's the result? The result
Right.
is
The
it's
what,
a
not the
year from
how.
today.
A year from today.
You have, so let me give you an example.
Yep. Here, I'm just gonna turn my phone on sleep mode because I'm getting bombarded with notifications.
Yeah. So like, let's say oh, I guess he'll come back. We'll see. So I think he accidentally left the call. So we'll just take this as a commercial break to say, guys, if you're enjoying today's episode and you are not already a member of our Get Shit Done productivity cult for entrepreneurs over at School, go to school.com. That's school with a K, SKOOL.com/get dash shit dash done/about, and you can get in a 7-day trial on Get Shit Done. You can join our community, get involved with work parties, and start getting the things done that are going to make the biggest difference in your life and your business that you normally avoid and procrastinate on when you're working in your own little entrepreneurial bubble. And he's back.
I'm back.
That's
I
right. All
pressed the
right.
wrong button.
I thought as much. So,
Yep.
okay, so check it out. So you could have one patron who's supporting you.
Yep.
You could have a dozen.
It's true.
You could have 100. So, and all of these are possible.
Yep.
How much money are you making on average per month from your art a year from now with your existing goals?
I want to be making like 50 grand a month with my art.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So,
I believe I'm really capable of that. I love to work on a large scale. I know the pieces that I make are
okay, well,
incredible. Yeah.
great. So you want to make 50. So that sounds like a pretty big goal. That doesn't sound like a small goal to me.
No, that's a big goal. That's like the goal that's like
Okay.
been a bit buried.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, so are you making $5,000 a month with your art right now?
No, I'm not making any
No.
money with my
Okay.
art
Okay. So
currently. I'm
this
away from my
is
studio.
this is the more confrontational part of the conversation
Sure,
where, like,
yeah.
seriously, if you want to make 50,000 a month, that's great. I believe that's totally possible. I think it's within your reach. Will it take a year, more or less? I don't know how long it'll take you. There are a lot of factors, but
Yep.
like, seems within the realm of reason.
Yep.
If you work toward it every day and you don't like screw around. Why, if your goal is to make 50,000 a month with your art, why aren't you already making 5?
I have not been taking the actions I need to take on a consistent basis.
All right, that's an honest answer. That is absolutely true. Okay,
Yep.
so what are those actions?
I need to be there's really 3 pillars with that I've identified. One is mindset, maintaining self, like working on myself so I have the level of belief in knowing that I can accomplish that, believing in my art, developing my skill sets, developing the mindsets. The other one is, yeah, making the art, physically making the art consistently on a regular basis, like getting better at it, improving my skills, and coming up with inspired ideas. And the third element is continuing to build, nurture, and yeah, to build and nurture my network and connect with more people and like establish those relationships with people that, would be potential buyers.
Okay. How much money do you need to be making per month in order to cover all of your expenses, get any debt paid off that you might have, and have enough saved for growth so that you can dedicate the time that you need to growing the art business? Meaning, probably, how much do you need to be making per month with Kagan in order to have the mental and emotional freedom to put the time into growing the art stuff, because you don't have a proven model that you know is going to work and pay the bills with your art stuff right now, right?
Correct.
And so, but you do have a proven model that will make money with Kagan. So how much money do you need to be making per month with Kagan in order to like spend 3 or 4 hours a day cranking on your art and with safety?
Right. Very, very little. It's a very attainable number, I believe. Is like I mean, just to cover my expenses are really low. So it's I mean,
This is part of the problem you're getting into, Eric.
Yep.
Is that, yes, your expenses are low and you're used to living like super inexpensively, which is cool, a great skill, right?
Yep.
Like, I often struggle with that. And so, but your goals are your financial goals are smaller than your prospects that you're asking to join your team. You're not inspiring them to become greater in this way. Maybe you're inspiring them in other ways, right? But like, in terms of like their goals, they need to look up to you. They need to want to be like you. They want to be as successful as you. Except
Right.
if your goal, right? So you in order to be, I think, in order to be more successful at Kagan, you need to want to be more successful at Kagan. And
Exactly.
you're getting into this conflict because what you actually want to be doing is making art and selling art. And so, your goals with Kagan are actually, you're keeping them small because you actually want to be focused somewhere else. You actually want to be focused on making money with your art, but you need to be focused on making money with Kagan. And so your milestones with Kagan are tiny and nobody's signing up. You need to go bigger, dude. You need to like embrace it. I would suggest what you need to do is you need to embrace like certainly a bigger financial goal, but you need a reason to have a bigger financial goal. And like maybe that will require more conversation or something. But what I would suggest is that you like build your business bigger than any of your mentors or any of the people in your upline. Try to be like number one in Kagan, right? Or something.
Right.
Or maybe number 10 or get in the top 10 or whatever it is. And because it's like, so one piece is you really can only focus on one business at a time if neither one of them are where you want them to be. Okay.
That's one thing I've been running into is it feels like a diversion of focus.
It is a diversion of focus, and
It is.
it doesn't mean you can't have two successful businesses, but it does mean you're probably not going to start two success. It's hard to get one business to freaking rock and then hold, rock and stay rocking for years. Like that is not an easy task. It is more complex to get multiple successful businesses up and running and cooking, and so and what happens when you try to do more than one at the same time is you're making all the same mistakes in both businesses at the same time while only giving half of your resources to each. So it's like you're going at 1/4 the speed that you could be, or you're going at 1/4 the speed. You're going at 25%, but you could be going at 100% on one business. So it's like, and I say this after starting way too many businesses, right? And like screwing this up over and over again because I'm super ADD and love starting new things, right? But if you dedicate yourself to making art, but not necessarily having it pay your bills, like making art and putting a price tag on it. Like every time you make a piece of art, make it available for sale somehow. But that doesn't mean make that your business. Make that one thing that you do with 60 minutes of your day every single day as part of your daily routine to stay connected with your art, to improve your ability to do art, and over time get better at selling it. In the meantime, crush it with Kagan. And
I feel that.
And set your art studio up in such a way that it's a perfect backdrop for all your videos that you're doing for Kagan. So like people see that you're an artist, you have an art business, and you're funding it all with your Kagan success.
Right.
Like integrate it.
Right. Like
rather than it being completely separate, right?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, like my studio in Hawaii, it was also my office. So I do all my videos and content right there.
And you're in a different situation now and you're figuring it out, and that's totally cool. But like one thing I'm imagining, dude, so like I'll tell you, I want to verbalize this because it's me giving you advice instead of asking you questions, but it was a really good one. So I thought about this thing that you could do with your art that I'm sure would be a totally different type of art than you're doing right now. So I'm not saying this is your style or your way of doing things. I'm saying this is a cool idea that would really help you and to connect with your people, right? And honestly, any artist who's got the guts to do it could do it. Any artist could do this.
Cool.
Which is basically create with me. And so what you do is imagine if you did something like a daily live stream where you live stream the creation of your art. Okay. Hi, it's Eric. I'm an artist. I also sell water ionizers. And today, do it kind of like Bob Ross style. Like, hey, we're going to paint a little picture, of a sunset or whatever, of the mountains. But whatever you're doing,
Yep.
And my thought was that over time you could have people suggest what you paint.
Hmm.
And so so it's live streaming, but the people that are watching are giving you input on what to paint. And then when you're done, you could, one, sell the original, two, sell the prints, three, auction off the original to the highest bidder, right? Like,
Yep.
four, like join the membership and get a join our monthly membership, and every 3 months get a beautiful coffee table book of every piece that I do, or get a, get a special art box every month that has different my art reprinted on different things, or what, you can do whatever you want, but like make the doing of the art something that happens with your followers, with your patrons, so that they can help create it with you, but you're the conduit.
Okay.
Right? That doesn't
Interesting.
mean
Yeah.
you can't do your own art in the meantime, by the way. It doesn't mean this is
Exactly.
the only thing. But
Right.
if you're trying to get people to support your creations, what if you had your creations be supportive of them first,
Right.
right? Or
Yep.
created by them. Um, it's it it it's also kind of cool because it takes the ego away from the artist a little bit, but it
Sure.
also makes it guided and directed by people who aren't the artists. So like it's
No, it's
limited in
true.
certain ways, but it's expanding in others, And so anyway, this idea just came to me while you were talking about how do I do both of these things? And
Hmm.
you actually can create leverage, create a community, create your fans, create an like you all of that I just described could be a Patreon. Period. I
Okay.
do art every day. I do it with my followers. They ask me, they tell me what they want to create, and then I offer it at prices they can afford in a wide variety of forms, and you figure it out over time. Like that would be sweet, and you can do that in like, an hour or two a day, and slowly grow it over time while you're really focused on building your team with Kagan. And the next thing you know, like your whole Kagan team has like Eric Oliver water ionizer painting t-shirts or something that they're wearing. You know what I mean? But they don't need to be completely separate, I guess is all I'm saying. And that they yeah, that was the concept. Is basically, yeah, just if you want people to be really bonded to you as a creator, as an artist, if you literally can have the creations be about them and for them,
Right.
they'll be they'll
Yeah,
follow
no,
you.
that's an interesting idea. One idea I had, which I feel really stoked about doing this, is to, like, when I do start connecting with clients that want to commission me for a piece, have like a consultation with them, find something that's really significant to them, some mindset block, some hurdle that they're working through, something that they're working towards, and like some real key insight from their life that has deep meaning to them, and encapsulate that in a piece of art that they can contemplate, have a breakthrough with, and then use as a tool to like help them integrate that.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a cool idea. And but that's also something that you could like just try out and offer it. Like, do something in real time while you're doing a strategy session with
Yeah,
somebody,
sure. No, exactly. I
you
like
know,
that idea too.
like,
Yep. Hmm.
or it's something that like, yeah, literally you could do on a live stream,
Yep.
right? Like we could do that together, and you could like create some art in real time, and like you could do a psychological interrogation of me, and and create, right? Um, but like, yeah, I mean, if like that's a cool idea, so I would suggest you do it.
Yep.
Like practice the model, like practice the structure. It's a great idea.
Cool.
Awesome. So this episode has gone kind of in the direction that I was or that we talked about a lot of the stuff that we were planning on talking about, but not in the way that I was expecting to talk about it.
Totally. Yep.
So, I mean, your goals don't seem small to me, Eric.
Well, okay. So what just happened during this live stream is I reconnected with my core goals that got kind of buried. And then
Yep.
I've had these kind of surface level goals of like, I just want to pay my bills and like maybe make $5,000 a month so I have a little extra to work with. And that's BS, and it's like not that exciting,
Right.
you know. Um, yeah, I'm really looking for just massive transformation in my financial situation and what that translates into in my life of the choices I'm able to make, being able to travel wherever I want to go in the world, whenever I want to go, and be able to do that in style, be able to go see my son whenever I want, bring him on awesome adventures, improve my like standard of living at my farm in Hawaii, finish the house that I'm living in there. If I wanted to like set up another spot over on the other side of the island in Kona or something, have the ability to do that, or in Oahu or
So,
wherever.
well, okay, dude, we'll check it out, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you wanted to do all those things,
Yep.
but you didn't have the art. All you had was Kagan and whatever other opportunities you're aware of right now or fall into your lap between now and then. Okay.
Yep.
Whatever you have now and in the future. But let's say the art wasn't a factor just for a second. So in order to do all of those things that you just listed, that seems like a little bit more than a 1-year project. Okay. That seems like a big shift.
Yeah, I believe
And
so.
that requires like taking on an enormous amount of increased responsibility to pull it all off in the long term, right?
Absolutely.
Which is fine. I mean,
Yep.
hey, Ganesh, what's up? Good to see you. Ganesh.
Hey, Ganesh.
You're on my desk.
Yeah. I believe I've connected with you.
Let's remove some obstacles.
Yeah, let's do that.
Seriously. Ganesh is probably gonna get involved in our Get Shit Done team, Eric.
Oh, cool.
Ganesh is a wicked
Great.
badass. Have I told you much about Ganesh?
No, I believe I've connected with Ganesh, though. I can't remember in what context, but like somewhat recently in the past little while.
That's right. Yeah, Ganesh and I had like a crazy vision like a year ago, and then Ganesh texted me on Messenger, and my vision was about Ganesh, and it was like all this madness. So we've been getting to know each other over the last year or so, and looking for a really good project to dig in on, and so it sounds like Ganesh and his team might end up helping us crank on Get Shit Done.
Cool. Awesome. I remember now. We were messaging a while back, and yeah, I think he was just had some ideas about funnel building and that kind of thing.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So so I mean, I guess we were talking about responsibility and going so in your mind, I mean, also a lot can happen very quick, but it's like when you're ready for it. You know what I mean? Like when you can handle it. And so or if you can't handle it, then it just slips through your fingers. I speak from experiencing that several times. And so for you, how long term of a vision is that you just painted for me? Is that a year? Is that 2 years? Like, what's the house is done. You have plenty of expendable cash and flexibility of time that you can travel, essentially go when you want, where you want, without having to pinch pennies, right?
Realistically, that's sounding like a 3 to 5 year vision.
Okay, good. So now, yeah, right. And again, it'd be cool if it happened faster, but
it could happen faster.
Whatever your timeline is, like triple it at least. Like that's where we're gonna start. And so how many people would you need to have who are fully committed and active on your team 3 to 5 years from now in order to create that level of wealth and consistent semi-passive income?
The cool thing about
Kagan was the source.
Right. The cool thing about the opportunity I'm working with Kangen is what I've observed from other top leaders in the company is that it really only takes a couple of like crushing it rock stars in your team to make a huge amount of impact and grow an enormous team. Even like a couple, like I've talked to some people that have, just put in a couple of brought in a couple of really amazing team members that absolutely crushed it, and most of their sales came from those people, and they grew enormous organization. And maybe that's like an anomaly. Maybe it takes more like
Well,
10 or
check it out.
more. Right.
Think about it like this, dude.
Yep.
So it's one thing to sell people into an opportunity.
Yep.
That's a sales job. It's a completely different thing to grow a community that sticks together in the long term.
I feel
to grow
that.
it, to nurture it, to take care of it, and quite literally to develop the lifelong relationships with everyone in that community, both from you radiate as the leader radiating outward, but also from you radiating down to the people that you recruit, and them genuinely learning how to care about their people in the same way that you've shown care and nurturing for them. And if you don't know how to do that from experience, maybe luck, maybe how you grew up, who knows, maybe it's your personality, but if you don't have that skill set of managing and growing and nurturing a community of people over the long term, it will die. I've killed several communities this way of
Okay.
because I wasn't focused on the right things. And the way for me, it was like building an email list and not nurturing it in the right way over the long term, because if you're focused in the wrong place, it just doesn't work. And so,
Right.
Cool. Maybe you only need to recruit a few rock stars, but you need to recruit and maintain those rock stars
Right.
in
And
the company. And how many recruits does it take to find the gems?
that's the other part.
Okay.
And
But then there's the much bigger question, which is how big is an enormous team? Like how big are the full teams underneath people that we're talking about here? Because that's the size of the community that you need to learn how to manage and nurture. That's a
right.
huge
Yeah, I
amount
mean
of
there's
responsibility.
some of these teams are thousands of people.
Yeah, so you need to not only get clear about how many people you need to recruit
Mm-hmm.
and how many rock stars you're looking for, but you need to look at 5 years from now, how many thousands of people are probably going to need to be on your team for you to have the lifestyle, and the income that you want.
Right.
And let's say I don't have the answers to that question, but if it's 500, let's just say it's 1,000 for argument's sake. I need to build a team of ultimately 1,000 actively engaged Kagan reps.
Mm-hmm.
But if you build a team of 1,000 actively engaged Kagan reps, dude, you can fill a webinar. You can have all your videos on social blow up. They're all on your email list. They're all on, they're following you on all your social accounts. At that point, you have a small army. It's like having a 1,000-person affiliate army. It's unbelievable. You can move mountains with that, right?
Right. Yep.
But and these days, with aspects of automation and technology, you could recruit 1,000 people yourself and just do it a different way. You know what I mean? You don't have to do it by building that the traditional downline or whatever. But however it works, what I guess the point is, if you need to build 1,000-person team, it's like, in order to live that lifestyle that you want to, get to work on it.
Absolutely.
Build it and do your art in the meantime.
Okay, sure.
Like keep your art, like keep making it.
Keep it alive. Yeah, I know it.
If you can, try to be more engaging with it and like try to sell it, but don't make that the focus. Like just make the art and keep but making it in a social manner. Like video the making of your art and post about it every day as part of the creative process, or whether you're live streaming or whatever, or you're taking pictures or whatever, but like that'll make a big difference in the long term. But now, like, this idea of building 1,000-person Kagan team, like, that's kind of exciting, right?
It is, yeah. And one of the things that I've been really honing in on, and I've been having a lot of conversations, in Messenger with people, because something that I've observed is there's a tremendous, like, most of the people that I see get involved with Kangen, they'll make the investment and they won't take their first step and they never make any money. And the conversations that I'm having is trying to identify why they're not taking the first step. And if I can help people overcome that hurdle and start taking action, start getting results, that's when teams can start growing and duplicating very rapidly.
So, dude, check this out. So this, the first, I like the term, the first step. Okay, that's solid. That label is good. And so imagine if you started a school group, and imagine if you called it the first step.
The first step.
And imagine, and you know how there are the 9 levels? Well, have each one of the levels unlock another training that teaches them how to move along step by step. And so step 1, here's step 1, step 2. And so level 1, level 2, level 3 are step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the training unlocks for that as they hit each level. And just call it the first step and literally have it be, listen, this is the first step. If you have already joined Kagan, you're in the right place. If you haven't, click here, book a call with me right now, and we can talk about it. You're still going to get everything you need, like tons out of this training, even if you're involved in a different network marketing opportunity. And so like, and then offering that as a free community, that would work like crazy. The first step, dude. That's solid.
Yeah, I like that.
Just map out the 9 steps, and that's the 9 levels. And then a training unlocks at each of the 9 levels, teaching them the next step.
I like that. I also think that my team should be part of Get Shit Done.
Yeah, dude. Invite your team to get shit done. Like,
that's right.
Like, tell them to come join. By all means. Right? Yeah, for sure. That'd be great.
Yep. We
can do a webinar for them if you want to.
Totally.
Yeah. Invite your team, invite your upline, invite your downline, invite all the lines. We'll hypnotize them all to get shit done. It'll be great.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. One of the main things that in the conversations that I've been having with these people that have not taken the first step is it seems like a mindset block. They don't believe in themselves. They don't know.
Hey, dude,
they kind of know what they need to do, but they're scared to do it. They're scared to put themselves out there.
Why don't you do a commercial for yourself right now? Because I have to go to the bathroom like crazy. My bladder is about to explode. So I'm going to remove myself, and you can go and pitch something.
Sounds good. So if you are somebody who is wanting to transform your financial situation, you've got financial strain, you're wondering, how to pay your bills, what you've been doing for the past, what was working several years ago to pay your bills and get by is no longer enough, and you're needing something else to like just get by, and also you have a bigger vision of what you're wanting to create. There's something more for you, and you don't know what to do to get there. I'm working with a solid opportunity involving Kangen water ionizers. There's incredible health benefits. And yeah, these machines are amazing. It's a water ionizer. That's the product that we work with. It's a high ticket product, so you can make a large commission on each sale. And yeah, unlike, a regular job where you're on a capped salary, where you're trading your time for money, you're working X amount of hours for X amount of dollars. With this opportunity, the time that you put in is not directly correlated to the income that you can create with this, and you can create a lot of leverage with it. Like with a job, there's really no leverage. You're just working at a capped salary. With this opportunity, you're building a team, and as your team grows and expands, you can create a lot of impact through that and earn a lot of money, through your team sales and also through your direct sales. I'm building this amazing community in a Facebook group. It's called the Pure Path to Prosperity. Look it up on Facebook if you're interested to learn about working with me. Join the group, reach out to me on Messenger, and I'd love to connect. Hey, Tellman, you're back.
Yo, I'm back. I'm back.
Cool.
Cool. So, Eric, I want to give you
Yeah.
I want to give you some pitch coaching. This is like Coach Eric Day, right? So check it out.
So good. Yeah.
So here's what I recommend that you do.
Yep.
Okay. I know, like, the reason that I so directly am like Kagan is because people know the word, and
Yep.
I think that's going to help you.
Yeah.
I mentioned it overtly, but what I don't think is going to help you is to talk about the opportunity. The word opportunity, I think, like, people are repelled by it in a way these days. They're like, "Oh, it's an opportunity, right? An opportunity to take my money." And so, no, but seriously,
Sure.
whereas, so my friend, Dean Jackson, at about the same time, Dean Jackson and Jonathan Mizell both invented the squeeze page, and no one's exactly sure who did it first. Fortunately, they're both friends, and they're cool with each other too. But Dean Jackson has a concept. It's a podcast. We
Hmm.
interviewed him for the Tellman and Thelman show. It's called More Cheese, Less Whiskers. Okay, more cheese, less whiskers. So more cheese is, what are the benefits of joining the Pure Path to Prosperity? Less whiskers are, stop talking about the opportunity. Okay, that's going to scare them off. That's the whiskers. Okay, they're a mouse. They're looking for the cheese. They're going to run away from the kitty. Okay, so
Okay.
don't freak them out with a cat.
Yep.
Just look, if you're into network marketing, if you're looking to be more successful with network marketing, if you're looking to become a better leader, to improve your sales ability, to find a good network marketing opportunity if you don't already have one, or to be successful as a network marketer, multi-level marketer, direct sales marketer, whether you're online, whether you're offline, if you're looking to develop the right mindset to get into this type of business, or if you've been in it for a while and you're stuck in a rut and you're hitting a financial glass ceiling, but you want to be surrounded by a group of people that believe in themselves and believe in you, then come join my brand new Facebook group, the Pure Path to Prosperity. We have 78 members, so you're getting in early. We would love to have you in if this sounds like the type of community that you would resonate with. Okay. Don't tell them
Yeah,
about
that's
the
a
multi-level. Don't worry about all the other BS. Like, if they're interested, they're going to ask you about the opportunity and they're going to book a call with you. But if you'll scare them off with the opportunity where you could attract them to the Pure Path to Prosperity.
gotcha.
Think about it.
Yeah, no, that's a solid pitch.
When you accidentally invited all those people to the Pure Path to Prosperity, did you invite them to a group that was called a Kagan sales pitch? No, that wasn't the name of the group. Okay. It wasn't network marketing opportunity. That wasn't the name of the group either. It was Pure Path
Nope,
to Prosperity, which is what they want.
that's right.
Right. So stay focused on how you help people in network marketing to achieve prosperity.
Yeah, I like that.
Like, what's your
Thank you.
personal philosophy on it?
Hmm.
Like, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sweet. Cool. All right, guys. Well, we've been going for about an hour. I think we're going to wrap for today. Man, I'm looking forward to having our upcoming interviews and first sessions with our co-host candidates. So that should be pretty cool. Started reaching out to people, and I'm going to start getting people scheduled in.
Great.
So that's very cool. And then lots of stuff going on in the Get Shit Done community. So if you're not already a member in the Get Shit Done community, join right now. You're going to get the Get Shit Done session. You're going to get the Get Shit Done system. You're going to get the Overcome Procrastination session. You're going to get the 10K per month session. So go ahead and join our school community right now if you are an entrepreneur and you want to get trained to get shit done like never before. It's going to be awesome. It is awesome. It's a great group, super high engagement, very, very supportive entrepreneurs. And many of the people that are in this community have literally been friends, followers, employees, freelancers that I've worked with, employees or contractors that I've had, team members that I've had, clients that I've had, email subscribers that I've had for some going on 20 years. It's actually a community of people who have all been connected in one shape or form for a very long time. And I think that's part of why it's so active, which is pretty cool. So if that sounds good to you, please join us. Eric, do you have anything else to say?
It's time to get shit done.
That's right. It's time to get shit done. All right, guys, rock and roll. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Over and out. Thanks, Eric.
Yeah, thank you.